I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs spoon. I'm gonna turn all of my stones.
Rock bottom make a man and some pressure make a gemstone. Try to put $1 to my name like Creflo. Naja boy, late to the game, it's in the blood flow. And I'm from the south, it's thick skin and tough bone. Big attitude through big lips with gusto. Trust no kings, that's why they tried to crush souls. But it's IGBO, when the dust blow, this old head be standing there. No silver, just gold. Crack no books on the hustle, I was born to grind. Yo, I'm scared of your potential, I'm adorned with mine. 30 times around the sun, man, of course I shine. My legacy will not dwarf with time. And in my daughter's eyes, it's basic, I must not say quit. Every day sees a present like a Rob St. Nick. Walk a fine line between tenacious and patient. I can't slip, I'm fighting clocks and they can't win.
I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Who that soldier in the mirror? Oh, oh. I'm gonna turn all of my stones.
Impeccably I flow, hardest raps you know, breaking status quo, reaping what I sow, artistry like Van Gogh. Get it from my mama hip, so thick that I need tempo. Personality, spicy body banging like a bongo. Cause black women been it since Timbuktu, since Pharaoh. Sponge rollers and hot combs, lips, cheeks and brow bones. If you ain't for the culture, then please stay out of my zone. These little dummy rappers could never grace my headphones. See, I'm from a place in space where ain't no storytelling, you just had to have been there. If you want the battle, ain't no problem, say where. I got so much experience, I can't even play fair. But I'ma keep evolving and growing and hurting feelings and showing. You need endurance to go in, I got mileage on this pen. I've been busy cause I've been out here schooling all these kids. Took 3 decades to have this glow up that I did.
I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Count my bones as in desert crumbs flow. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. I've got blue souls, cause I'm way gone, trying to find my way back home. Who that soldier in the mirror? Oh, oh. I'm gonna turn all of my stones. Turn all of my
guys know, I know you guys were checking shoes last night to see if he was barefoot. Is that still the case? Is he barefoot? Because I know on Facebook somebody posted a picture of these could be his shoes, or is that so he is presumed to be barefoot at this point?
What I can say is that his mom says all of his shoes are accounted for at the house. I'm not going to say that he's barefoot.
All right.
Allegedly!
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here, coming at you with another raw narrative. Here's a brief disclaimer for tonight's show. Let's watch.
That's ignorant! Allegedly, that's ignorant! Ignorant.
Judgment, Arthur.
Oi, you read my thoughts. You've got the shinin.
You mean shining?
Shh, you wanna get sued?
Judgment, Arthur.
You just use that shin of yours to call me and I'll come a-running. But don't be reading my mind between 4 and 5. That's Willie's time.
Hey, yo, Bob. I love it when he does that.
Let's watch.
Don't get me back to good bullshit.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lady Freedom here, coming at you with another raw narrative. And it's so good to see you guys tonight. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to do a double live gonzo tonight. Not quite like Ted Nugent would do, but we're going to do a double live tonight because I was thinking about it and I'm like, I really don't want to intermingle these subjects. So I figured we would keep them separate. There's a couple of new developments in the Joseph Duggar case, right? So I kind of want to go over those updates, but I also wanted to go over some updates in the JLR Magnolia case as well. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. But there's been a lot that has come out today. I tried to upload the video that I wanted to show you guys tonight that just kind of compiled a lot of it, but of course YouTube will let a guy like JLR still do business as usual, but if I try to, upload some information to show you all who he really is, they're going to stop me and they're going to review it for 24 hours. Typically, it doesn't take that long, but we'll see what they have for me. If at best they're going to demonetize it, I really don't give a shit. Just to put it quite bluntly, I think everyone needs to know about this. Everybody should be playing it. Everyone should be talking about it. That's the way I feel. I'm not big into cancel culture. I think that, JLR is gonna do just fine. He'll be on another case as soon as this is over with. Usually those guys don't get in big trouble, especially if this is the first time he's ever been caught doing that. Caught is the operative word. And he'll be back on the streets doing his thing, and there'll be women throwing themselves at him. But just wondering, I mean, are y'all still thirsty? Because that's not a good look at all. Chuchi, welcome in. Thank you so much for putting the disclaimers, Chuchi. I really appreciate you. So good to see you, and thank you for being here. Also, it is a major trigger warning. Obviously, YouTube is triggered. They don't want it shown. Hello, little Miss Sharon. So good to see you. Thank you for being here, and thank you guys for the purple hearts in the chat. So there's been a lot that's gone on. I think we'll start with the Duggars. Either way, all of these people end up, in my opinion, in one place, and that's the wood chipper. That's the one thing I can think of that could solve a major problem of other, people hurting other people. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Hello, Witchy Mama. So good to see you. And Mama is here. Hey, Mama. Kylie's Nail Candy. So good to see you. And let's see here. Brenda is here. Hey, Brenda. And thank you so much for hitting the like button, Mama. You guys are so sweet. And thank you, Sasha, for being here. Good to see ya. That's right. Enough is enough. Stop domestic violence. And it appears that, our little friend is into guys. And I just want to say it's okay to be gay, JLR. You don't have to use a whole woman as a front. Because that's all you're doing. You're acting like you're all manly and, oh, I get all these girls, but really what you were searching for was a big fat eggplant, wasn't it? Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, that's real nice. Hey, Thomas Randall, good to see you. So yeah, guys, we'll just get into it. Also, breaking was in the New York Post. Many, many pictures of our little friend. And yeah, just very unflattering. I would agree with the article that when I saw Magnolia working with JLR, she was working really hard on helping him build his channel. So there's that. Wait, what? So good to see you. She says, court, here we are. Court is now in session. Yes. And like I said, I have so many topics to go over with you guys tonight, just because there's so much that has been popping off just in breaking news in general. But I wanted to kind of do maybe a little part two, also talking about the Duggar case. Because I don't know if you guys knew this, but Josh Duggar is one of his brothers, right? There's 19 kids and counting in that family. It's a huge family. And all that is unseen. Good to see you. So they had a show on TLC, and it was really popular because it was like this great big family, and they looked on the outside to be really cute and happy and Christian and, the whole 9 yards, everything that you would expect to see. It was interesting because they had a lot of kids, right? So people were interested in the show. But then it turns out that Joshua Duggar is a huge Chester cheetah, right? And he just pounces on anyone who's available, starting with his sisters, and he continued on. So there wasn't a whole lot of people that talked about this case. I think Katie Joy was one that I would follow because of that case, because she was the only one talking about it. And I think it's really odd that she's the only one talking about it. So I was like, that's weird. But then also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Mr. Huckabee, he was very much into grooming Josh Duggar for positions of power and political positions on the conservative side. And the whole front, talk about a front for this family, was like this big family, and we don't believe in birth control, and we're just going to have a million kids, and we're so happy. But really, it's coming out that there are Chester cheetahs one by one being exposed in this family. The next one was his brother, and his brother's name is Joseph Duggar. And Joseph Duggar and his wife, the pretty little couple in the picture that I on the thumbnail, yeah, they were both involved in hurting that little 9-year-old girl. Well, she was 9 at the time. It took her a couple of years to come out with it, but she finally did say that they did some horrible things to her, and that's what's being alleged. Now they have not been uh, convicted, but they have been charged. So we're going to go over that a little bit tonight. And again, I just didn't want to put it with Sebastian's case, a bunch of dirtbags. KJ Maxx, so good to see you. Thank you for being here. And I'm so glad to have you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, little Miss Sharon. I really appreciate you. We're waiting till Monday till they get up to children's to see maybe what the plan of action is. My best friend ever, I'll tell you. He just sent me a text and said my heart's broken, and that breaks my heart because I care a great deal for my friends, and his wife, his daughter, like I said, and then her little baby is the one that is sick. So it's just heartbreaking. But thank you guys so much for the prayers. I told them last time they worked. So let's go for number 2, right? So, hey Cinderella, so good to see you. Hey Holly, good to see you. And Sandy is here. So good to see you, Witchy Mama. Hey Witchy Mama. And I don't want to miss anybody. Yeah, let's do a double. I just don't want to put, poor Sebastian in this. And even though, JLR has covered Sebastian's case in the beginning, right? Like I even was replaying clips of his videos because he was going on the scene. And that's why I think he's going to be just fine, because he's just going to continue to go on the scene. And it's the allure, it's the fact that he's got the scoop, and that's what's going to be difficult in terms of not giving him the time of day, because he even did the search at Natchez Trace State Park for Sebastian. So yeah, just super unfortunate. Wait, what says years ago JLR was named JLR-ish. JLR-ish, bad news is giving much cred to this. Yeah, okay, so I found a couple questionable clips, and that's probably another reason why YouTube flagged it and was like hold for 24 hours, because and I tried to blur out the swastika. So there's a lot that he's done and said, and sometimes you wonder if people do that for like a shock jock value, or like, oh, if they're more outrageous, people will like to watch them, people will tune in. Some people, that's their shtick, and that's what they do. And I understand being bold and boisterous. I feel like I am a lot of the times, even if I'm trying not to be, I still like it just pops out. But I also try not to do too much shock jock stuff, and I don't get political. Not into racism. Not my favorite thing, especially since I'm ethnic myself. Aren't we all? Lisa Boo, so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. So hey Bo, let's get started. Spicy lady. There you go. I get spicy. I'm spicy lady in the house, right? Thanks, all that is unseen. I'll tell you, it's just weird, all of this stuff coming out. I mean, Yes, they arrested his wife, Bo, and she's younger than him. She's like 27. Really pretty girl. Like they're a cute couple when you just see them, except for when that little swoop isn't combed over. Because when that wasn't combed over, and he was being booked into jail, he wasn't looking too hot. Understandably, I guess. But he was looking rough. NorCal, good to see you. And I know they're gonna try to say, "Oh, we didn't mean to," and all of this stuff. It's just so sad. Hey, Shadow, good to see you. Christmas Swan, thank you for being here. So yeah, it's amazing. Like I didn't think that my mouth could drop any further, but all of a sudden I saw that pop across my screen and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, are you serious? That is horrible." Um yeah, I even tried to blur it out. So I wonder if that's why, but I wonder if they saw me. And then the act that he was doing after that was just as bad. And I tried to blur that out too. Because we get the general just by the noises he's making. One thing that is always crazy to me is the way that, and I'm not just a looks person. I think that people can be handsome or pretty or those things come from the inside more so. Um, Obviously, people can be objectively attractive, but I don't see it in this person at all. Like, I don't understand how he even snagged a pretty girl like Magnolia. Um, and I know she's had a colorful past. They talk a little bit about that in the article that I'm going to read because at least they're going to let me read the article or they'll ding me for it later, whatever. I don't really care. I want to bring you guys the truth. I want to bring you guys news in real time. So I'm not even worried when they do that kind of stuff because it's just kind of par for the course. I'm like, it's all right to pay these people and have them on the job, but it's not okay to talk about them. And it's weird to me. Um, So give me 1 second here. Oh my gosh. And then also I posted today that they finally, because I posted the other day about someone taking Michael Monkey Vaughn's signs down. Like a bunch of them were taken down. And I was like appalled by that. I'm like, wow, I mean, the trial is going on and people are taking down his posters. So, Missing PNW Crimes Revisited, it says Fruitland PD released pictures of the car and woman, or I like to call her a bitch, that took down Michael Vaughn's banners, flyers, and yard signs. I mean, Brandy was out there with her little girl putting the signs back up. I shared the video. Really disturbing. So just wanted to put that out that they did catch that lady. Just because it came across on here. Here is the nasty one we're going to be talking about for the wood chipper. Also, we have some more breaking news that Shonda Vander Ark, who took her young child Timothy's life by starvation and abuse and torture, is wanting a new trial, and she's complaining about how she doesn't get to eat enough in prison. Don't feel sorry for you. You should have ended up in the wood chipper. You should be lucky that you're still breathing, lady. That's my opinion. Nevertheless, she's trying to play on people's emotions. Look, I mean, she is really a wretched, ugly, ugly, ugly person. Um, so we'll probably go over a little bit of that. Here we go. This is the one I wanted. I made a funny meme too. Well, I think it's hilarious. Some people might not think so. All right, so let me see if I can pull this over. I do not have a problem with people who are gay also, guys. I just think it's funny to call that to JLR because he likes to beat up women because he is. All right, my opinion. So here we go. Let me go ahead and add this to the screen. Whoops, don't edit mine. Oh. Is this not going to let me share it like this? Sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. Just bear with me here. Because I want you guys to see it, because it does have pictures and stuff that I wanted to show you. Is it going to show? Okay, thank you. It's about time. Oh, that lady's wearing a bikini. Whoopsies, sorry. All right, so didn't want to click on that. Oh, sorry, all of this ads and stuff. All right, so it says there's one case true crime YouTuber JLR investigates isn't covering ex's allegations he beat and strangled her. This is by Megan Palin and also Andy Tillett. Published March 20th, 2026, hot off the presses. All right, true crime YouTuber star. I mean, he has a lot of followers. Jonathan Lee Riches, aka JLR Investigates, is accused of brutally beating and strangling and then threatening to kill a former girlfriend. She claims in court documents. In a sworn petition filed in Arkansas, Jamie Tennell Phillips claims Riches, 49, carried out a violent attack on Christmas Eve, 2025. Capping what she describes as a years-long pattern of abuse that included him repeatedly strangling her. The filing obtained by the Post alleges Riches, excuse me, sorry guys, I've been talking a lot today, a convicted felon who spent 10 years in federal prison over a credit card fraud scheme, was in a relationship with Phillips beginning early of 2023 that spiraled into a persistent and escalating pattern of abuse, coercive control, intimidation, financial exploitation, and physical violence. What a nice little tidbit there. All right. So here's Jonathan Lee Riches. And we all know him as JLR Investigates. This is where he was, I think, in Arizona. And this is Magnolia. Again, guys, I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. And I would never bring that up as a topic of conversation and be like, well, I think, I'm not trying to rank YouTubers, right? I'm not trying to rank these guys or girls. But if I'm looking at Magnolia and then I'm looking at JLR, I just don't get it. Just saying, I just don't get it. So, and thank you, KJ Mac. KJ Mac says justice for Crystal. Aw, thank you, KJ Mac. Hey, Kiki, good to see you. Welcome in, guys. Sorry, I'm going to be reading a lot, so I probably won't be paying attention as much. All right, this is Magnolia dated Riches from 2023 until an explosive fight over Christmas last year in Washington State, which she says she left with serious injuries. According to a handwritten affidavit, the alleged December 24th assault left Phillips with extreme injuries, including a broken nose and septum, significant trauma to her head and her ribs, requiring emergency medical care, CT scans, and x-rays, and that she will need reconstructive surgery. Phillips claims Riches assaulted her on multiple occasions, beat her with a closed fist in a separate alleged August 2025 attack, strangled her roughly 24 times, and threatened to kill her if she reported him, the filing alleges. Okay, that's par for the course. That is... She's lucky to be alive. I'm just going to say she is lucky to be alive, because once it escalates to that, there's many times where people do not make it back. She's very lucky to be alive. I'm glad that she got away from him. But 24 times throughout their relationship, which wasn't very long. It was about 3 years long. Hey, Shauna. Right? So it's not like they were dating for years and years and that happened. I mean, all those unseen, I'm like, wow. I mean, especially when they put it that way and they're kind of breaking all of it down. No excuse for that type of violence. If you are upset with somebody, you have to walk away from it. You can't continue to be in the same space if you are having that urge to hurt them. Everybody gets into fights, everybody gets angry with each other, argues from time to time, but there's absolutely no excuse for that. Um, this man really needs help. Again, his ego, his fangirlies, the little thirsty ones are probably always going to think that he is something. I myself think he looks like a weirdo, right? Wasn't ever going to rank him, just saying now. So, but even if, again, I don't see it. Sorry. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you'll like money a lot, but that doesn't mean a whole shit ton to me either. All right. So she always alleges ongoing harassment. She's also alleging that there was ongoing harassment after the Christmas incident, which took place in Washington state, including threats, intimidation, and financial abuse. On January 21st, 2026, the court issued an order of protection finding that there was sufficient evidence Phillips faced an immediate and present danger of domestic abuse, and I believe she did as well. Allegedly, this all started because he was looking up questionable pornography. It wasn't, the normal kind of stuff. It was about finding men with big D's, right? And she found that and she confronted him. And because he was threatening her not to tell, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? And now that she's told, she absolutely needs some sort of protection, even if it is just a piece of paper. Even if it is just a piece of paper. So, here's his mugshot. This is from 2012. He was arrested for breaking terms of his parole. Right? And there's a whole story about that. I mean, Riches has not responded to the allegations. Of course he's not. He's not going to. And he and his lawyer did not return the Post's request for a comment. So they reached out to him and he didn't want to respond, and neither did his lawyer, but that's a smart lawyer, in my opinion. Chelan County Sheriff's Office in Washington sent the Post an incident report, which says that he had probable cause to arrest Riches, but he had left the state. He has not formally been charged in relation to the incident, and no warrant appears to have been issued for his arrest. So, many people were questioning this. I did see a lot of questions online as I was doing my own research. I was also listening because I know that there are people that have worked with him directly who have met him and have like stayed with him in hotels and stuff like that. Going on location, traveling as kind of like a group. So I was listening to some of that, and some of these groups go back, way back. And yes, with Bullhorn Betty. And, I also wanted to send a big shout out to Betty for coming forward with what she dealt with as well. I did see that she posted that to X. So, I mean, we're dealing with a very toxic person. And again, when we don't listen to other women and we think that we're going to change somebody like this, we're not. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of a good heart you have, or that you would do anything for this person, that you would be the best person for him, that he's making positive strides. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're not going to change him. You're not going to make him any better. That's always going to be on him. That's never up to us to fix. That's never something that, again, I would believe an ex-girlfriend. I would definitely believe an ex-girlfriend. And that I think that's our main problem, all that is unseen. I think so many people have been just so hurt time and time again, over and over and over again, major trust issues. And I mean, I'm developing pretty hardcore trust issues even on these YouTube streets. Like, I don't want to promote somebody or use a clip of their video now. I'm kind of weirded out by that. I'm like, but then again, that's how we share information, isn't it? So it's kind of a tricky situation. And I think everybody needs to just be aware of it, we're all people, nobody's perfect. So hate to really white knight for anybody. But I think it's important to talk about it when it's something so serious as this is. So Phillips herself has a colorful past, having been accused in 2017 of fabricating a story about being impregnated by Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore as a teenager, which she tried to get the Washington Post to run, but they did not because they probably fact checked it, in my opinion. Phillips claimed that she helped Riches turn his life around and build up his YouTube channel, but he was frequently abusive toward her. And I'm sure she did because, again, I saw it with my own two eyes. I saw it with my own two eyes that Magnolia was working her tail off and helping Jonathan Lee Riches with his channel and, doting on this man. Hey, Detroit, good to see you. Aw, thank you, Mama, for gifting a Lady Freedom's Raw Narratives membership. And if you got a membership from Mama, please say thank you. And welcome to the Dragon Tribe. Thank you, Mama. That's so sweet of you. Yeah, it is. Aw, thank you, all that is unseen. So, yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing, guys. I mean, you could just be perfect and doing everything great and have and want the best for them, and you just always have to take a step back and say, do they want the best for me? Do they want the best for me? That goes for you gentlemen out there, that 5% that listen to me. So just remember that. You're worth more than that. Phillips told the Post, I was duped for so long. He portrayed himself as if he had changed and turned his life around, but that's not real. He's the same way he's always been. He's a fraud. The only thing he cares about is money. He doesn't care about the cases. He loves when there's a mass shooting. Oh my God. Blech. That is the sickest shit that I have seen too today. That's one of the sickest things that I've seen. And Betty said the same thing, by the way. He gets excited because he knows he'll get a lot of views and a lot of money. Riches reinvented himself as JLR Investigates, a YouTube channel which has grown to more than 500,000 subscribers. Around 3 years ago, after a lifetime of frauds, fakeries, and manipulation, right? So I think it might have been a little bit longer than that because there was, I mean, I just remember following him because of Sebastian's case. Hello, Meow. Good to see you. Hey, Deanna. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it might have been a little bit longer than that. Obviously, it's for no one else to say how long it takes somebody else for them to turn their life around either. Some people do turn their life around. I can't say that they don't, but it's a lot of hard work. He describes himself as a fearless investigator and inserts himself into high-profile investigations to live stream. Most recently, he had been broadcasting from Tucson, Arizona, outside the house of missing Nancy Guthrie. He's basically a big celebrity in the true crime community, fellow true crime streamer Elena Smith told the Post. Right? Jonathan Lee Riches films outside of Nancy Guthrie's house in Tucson, Arizona. Riches spent a number of weeks broadcasting from Guthrie's house in Arizona. We all know that. But some of the theories and evidence has been challenged, right? Well, yeah, because he's just trying to make a buck. Riches has gained a reputation for being one of the most persistent streamers, filming for up to 15 hours a day, responding to questions in real time, and accepting money from viewers to complete tasks such as zooming in on certain parts of a crime scene. Now, this is what's going to save his ass, folks. I'm just being honest with you guys. I am just being completely honest from how I see it, from how I've dealt with domestic violence and how I've seen men get away with it. I don't know about women. I've never known like a woman that beat up her boyfriend or whatever that I can think of off the top of my head. Now, Courtney Clenny is a famous one, and her boyfriend passed away. But I'm just saying, when I say that, I'm not saying that women don't do it. Um, and I'm not bashing men. I'm just saying this is who we're talking about. A man who brutally assaulted this beautiful woman. So, yeah, that's what's gonna save his behind, because he goes there and he doesn't care. He just films and he works 24/7 wherever he's at. And then people send him money because they think that they're gonna get information off of him if they send him money. And that's usually how it works. So that, oh, could you go over here and do this? Could you go do that? Could you do this, that, right? And then they send him money to do it. And him not having any type of moral compass, as we were talking about last night, little Miss Sharon had brought that up. With him having zero moral compass, he's going to do whatever they ask him to. He's going to do whatever he can to make money, for them to send him money. Oh, sure. Hell, if he gets hard up, he might, do something outrageous. And I think he has. So, the more subscribers he gets, the more profitable his YouTube channel or videos become. And regardless of whether the information he reports is fact or fiction, right? So, I've usually seen JLR, and this is just my opinion from the videos that I've watched, is that he typically will go and find out information that's pretty factual. Now, does he use clickbait and things like that? Well, I think maybe, but nothing to the extreme. I will just say that from what I've seen of his, when he told us that Chris Proudfoot and Nina were in the custody battle and there was more that need to be looked at, that was true. A lot of it was true. But then whenever he flipped over, he was saying a lot of things that, in my opinion, weren't true. Mainly about Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, and like he just basically took off from that case. I don't know what the reasoning was. People were speculating, which I thought one thing that was smart was maybe there was some sort of a blackmailing situation where somebody was holding something over his head. It could have been something like this. Look, these guys and these gals, but mostly guys, statistically, will have beaten up people in the past and nobody knows about it. And let's be honest, nobody listens to the victims. A lot of people will victim shame and blame and say, well, I don't even believe that. Well, I'm here to tell you, the proof is out there. You could stick your head in the sand all day. You can act like, oh, well, JLR is great because he goes on location, blah, 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 blah. To me, I have zero respect. Zero. And here's why. So that's why he was in Tucson for over a month. It's easy money for him because he just sets up the camera and let's go, Phillips added. Other streamers have estimated the post that he makes $30,000 a week with his persistent boots on the ground approach. I don't know how much he makes. I don't really care. Riches with Phillips in happier times, she now accuses him of domestic abuse and his restraining order against him granted. And guys, that's usually what we see, right? We see the happy times. People are not going to put their fights on the internet. Typically, it's going to be nobody saw it coming. We didn't know what happened behind closed doors, that sort of thing. Hey, Gail, welcome in. Thanks for being here. I set the notifications at the last minute. So I'm sorry, guys, that everybody's kind of running behind or late in, but don't worry about it. I appreciate you guys coming in. But the audience are more likely unaware of how sinister Rich's past is. But this is the thing, guys. Betty has talked about it. There's been others that have come forward. People knew about his white collar crimes. Ugh. It's really, really tough. It's really, really tough. In 2019, he openly admitted being a troll and fabricating highly sensitive information after he was called out for pretending to be Jewish and giving a fake backstory at a Trump rally. Oh, God. I don't think about the long-term consequences as far as disinformation or offending anyone, Riches told the Huffington Post in 2019. Well, I mean, again, guys, this is his own words. I mean, we'll have to interpret them as we see fit. But yeah. Okay, so the disinformation that I want, I can put out there. Then the next mass shooting, before they identify the shooter, I can set up 10 Twitter accounts looking like news sites and then create whatever I want as a shooter. Or excuse me, as the shooter. Vulnerable, gullible people will see that, they think it's from a news site, and then they will copy it and tweet it out. What were we talking about? I know not everybody was in the members only live, but I think a lot of you who are here are members. We talked about this very thing with even these newer channels that are coming out and just outright lying. This is what he really thinks of his viewers, and this is what they really think of you guys. Right here, vulnerable, gullible people. They're banking on the vulnerable and gullible people, literally banking on them. Don't shoot the messenger. They think it's from the news site, and then they'll just copy it and tweet it out, right? So he's getting all of the recognition for spreading misinformation knowingly, and he's doing it when it's a mass shooting event. That's the ones he loves to focus on. Now call Magnolia a liar. Call her one, because I'll tell you what, you won't be welcome in here, because we're not spreading disinformation, misinformation, or otherwise. We are spreading the cold, hard facts. If you don't like it, I'm sorry for you. There's nothing I can do to help you. You have to help yourself. Do your own research. And then when you can understand the truth, come back and discuss it. Until then, I can't help. The disinformation that I want, he says, this is him. The disinformation that I want, I can put it out there. The mass shooting, before they identify the shooter, I can set up 10 Twitter accounts. That sounds like he is inserting himself and also impeding an investigation, manipulating. Most definitely. Why hasn't he ever been arrested for doing something like this and admitting to it? So he can just set up 10 Twitter accounts like news sites and then create whatever he wants. And then he can pretend like he's the shooter. And there's going to be always an abundance of vulnerable and gullible people. Interesting. Rich's operation has drawn criticism from authorities, I would hope so, and journalists alike, as he is part of a growing ecosystem of YouTube crime scene streamers who monetize tragedy by broadcasting from active investigations. However, Rich's notoriety predates the live stream era, right? So this is where we get into his history of fraud and some of his nasty fuckery. So we have fraud ring and federal prison. According to federal court records, Riches was indicted in 2003 in the Southern District of Texas along several co-defendants for credit card fraud scheme. The indictment claimed that the conspirators used stolen financial data to obtain money and property through fraudulent transactions. Riches was arrested in Florida in February of 2003 and brought to Texas to face charges. entering a plea to conspiracy and wire fraud counts in September that year. So he just runs and nobody comes looking for him. Because he's ran before. Here we go. Right there, the proof is in the pudding. A federal judge, just like Magnolia said, by the way, just like she said. Still think she's lying? The indictment claimed that the conspirators used stolen financial data to obtain money and property. Oh, I believe I read that. Sorry. A federal judge sentenced him to 125 months in prison for wire fraud and 60 months for conspiracy to run concurrently, along with 92,680 in restitution to victims, according to the criminal docket. Now, it is about 100,000. I did see that post from Nerdy Addict on X. Okay, so he's a fucking moron. Right here just proves it. I'm sorry. If you're down with that. Riches says he has no religious affiliation but has passed himself off as Jews for Trump supporter. He has also posed as a Muslim and attended rallies for both Trump and Hillary Clinton. What a jackass. Most litigious inmate. Sorry, I can never say this word. Most litigious, I believe, because it's litigation. So I'm going to say it that way. Yeah, well, I never knew that was the people that were outside of Leilani's house until Dolly said it was him, but I saw them on the news, so a lot of it I didn't know either. NorCal Gal, I had no idea. I kind of made the connections. As I'm going, I'm still making ask Chuchi, I'm still making some connections. So litigious, thank you. I'm like, that word. I just start laughing because I'm like, I can't get it. I still can't get it. But thank you, all that is unseen. So while he is incarcerated, Riches flooded federal courts with thousands of bizarre, frivolous lawsuits targeting politicians, companies, public figures, and celebrities, including one against the Kardashian family for allegedly participating in Al Qaeda training. Weird. The cases were quickly dismissed. The sheer volume of Rich's lawsuits, estimated at over 4,000, ultimately forced federal prosecutors to seek an unprecedented nationwide injunction against him to prevent him from suing. He was also banned from having paper in his cell. Thank God for that. In response, Riches went on a hunger strike for 22 days, and a warden had to force feed him through a tube. Ew. Riches has also posed with Hillary Clinton when she was on the campaign trail writing, "The Clintons are so easy to troll." Okay. Now, a lot of this seems like it's harmless, but I think it does show that he has some mental health issues. And I did hear he has BPD. I don't freaking know. I don't freaking care. I just know I want nothing to do with him. Sandy Hook hoax, guys. Sandy Hook hoax. After being released in 2012, Riches returned to Pennsylvania on supervised release, but almost immediately found himself back in legal trouble. He traveled to Newtown, Connecticut, 3 days after the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre that left 20 first graders and 6 staff members dead. He attended a memorial where he falsely claimed to be the uncle of a gunman, Adam Lanza, according to local authorities and court findings. Wow. What a piece of trash. He said he was Jonathan Lanza and made unsubstantiated claims about the shooter's mental health, which quickly were debunked. Riches is swarmed by press after identifying himself as Jonathan Lanza, uncle of Adam Lanza, in Newtown, Connecticut on Sunday, December 16th, 2012. What a loser. 3 days later, Riches posted a YouTube video of his trip in which he attempted to approach Lanza's home before being stopped by a police blockade. We are truth seekers, and we are going to find out why Adam was mind controlled and manipulated to go in and allegedly shoot little kids in Sandy Hook Elementary and why this happened, Riches says in a clip as he reported by the New Haven Register. That's disgusting. Like, why don't you not ever be involved with any little child's case or anything? Like, I mean, this is where it gets real, right? So he did all this stupid shit. He's fraudulent, blah blah blah. Arguably, him filing all these 4,000 lawsuits wasn't really, hurting anybody besides gumming up the works in the court system. Quickly identified, they took his paper and pen. Quick fix. But then he gets out, right, in 2012, and he goes right after a school shooting. A mass shooting of little children. There's just not words for a freaking scum shitbag like this guy. A few weeks later, Riches found himself back behind bars for violating the terms of his probation by crossing state lines. From there, his phony lawsuits kept coming. Well, why'd they give him pen and paper? In March of 2016, he filed a civil action against Representative Gabrielle Giffords, posing as the man who shot her and killed 6 people several years earlier. What did we read above? Well, we read above that that's what he likes to brag about doing, NorCal, thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm like, but that's what they're saying that, they're saying. And I think he is a compulsive liar, at least pathological. I mean, he just loves to conjure shit up. It's the weirdest thing. According to the criminal complaint, he did pose as Jared Laugner, the gunman who tried to assassinate Giffords. The complaint sought $25 million. Riches pled guilty to a charge of making false statements according to court records and was sentenced to 5 years probation. Well, they just don't give him long enough, do they? Riches wearing his own JLR media merchandise as he broadcasts in Arizona. I mean, but that's just good marketing. If you're going to do something like that, yeah, you should probably have swag and you should do that. I don't know why they added this in, but they did. Brenda, it's absolutely ridiculous. I was like, I wasn't going to talk about it again tonight, but good Lord, there's just a lot going on. Can we vote him off the island? All that is unseen. Yes, he was definitely voted off last night, if not for the second time tonight. Detroit says Gilligan's Island. Oh my God. Goodbye, Skipper. Little Skippy. That's what he reminds me of, a Skippy. All right. He later told the Arizona Republic that he filed the fake lawsuit as a joke to entertain himself in prison. What a fucking idiot. Riches was released from federal prison in May of 2016, according to the Bureau of Prisons inmate locator. However, his headline grabbing stunts and questionable antics continued to evolve. Of course they did. Okay, here he is in Bill Cosby's trial. Like, I had no idea about this. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I swear, this is like wild. All right, so here he is with Bill Cosby, getting a little pudding pop. All right. During Bill Cosby's trial in September of 2016, he showed up in court repeatedly, offering the disgraced rapist Jell-O each time he entered. Weeks later, he surfaced in Florida alongside then gubernatorial hopeful Adam Gilliam, posing as a Black Lives Matter protester. Why does he pose as other people though? I guess I'm not understanding it. Is I guess he enjoys getting off on other people believing him. I mean, that's got to be the only reason. I know, there's so much NorCal. It's so sad to see how much fuckery is going on in this country. I mean, 2026 has been a wild year for, like, all kinds of things starting to come out. I mean, I'm gonna start calling this the year of truth because a lot of truth has been coming to light, which is always a good thing in my opinion. So, that's weird, and I don't know why he would associate Bill Cosby with Black Lives Matter. I mean, he's African American, black, whatever. I mean, I say black. Um, but how does that translate? So, he's a real life troll, Lisa, right? Thank you. Yeah, he's a real life troll. It's so strange. It's so strange. Yeah, attention seeking on steroids. KJ Mac, that's another good reason why he would do something like this. Like in his little pea brain, that he would think, oh, this is a good idea. So some of his most audacious acts come from disguising himself as both a Muslim and Jewish attendee at political events, right? We heard about that, including rallies for now President Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. He confirmed to the Huffington Post he was, quote, an atheist from a Christian family, end quote, and confirmed at that time he didn't, quote, practice any religion, end quote. Okay. Well, maybe that's your first problem. Maybe you need some Jesus. All right. Live stream investigator. In recent years, Riches has attempted to reinvent himself online under the brand JLR Investigates. While he markets himself as a crime scene investigator chasing the truth behind high-profile cases, critics say his appearances often amount to nothing but exploitation, interference, I think that's a good one, interference, and spreading disinformation. And he already knows that he's doing that because he's admitted to it years and years ago, and he's happy to do it. In one such incident, a business card was left on Nancy Guthrie's front door. Riches told his viewers she might have been at the center of an active elder abuse case prior to her disappearance. Well, I mean, that doesn't prove jack shit. True crime live streamer George Schultz on the right and Crystal Rogers in the green hoodie with Riches outside Nancy Guthrie's house in Arizona. So there was a lot of other streamers out there as well. We know that. The card was from a case manager for Arizona Adult Protective Services Division who later confirmed it had dropped by after she was reported missing. So it was after. Well, that makes more sense. So she could contact the agency if she returned home safely. Well, that's weird. A lack of information leads to speculation, Riches told the Republic while live streaming outside Guthrie's home in February. The practice mirrors a growing trend highlighted in recent reporting by the Post about YouTubers who earn thousands of dollars from live streaming outside active investigations, broadcasting theories, and commentary to viewers. Now, I don't have a problem with it particularly. I mean, yes, if you're interfering with an investigation and you're doing a bunch of fuck shit like what is being described here, I don't think it's proper. I certainly wouldn't be doing it. Um, do I think that it would be exciting to go to different crime scenes or do that kind of thing and report it live? Sure, it seems appealing and exciting, but you also have to be respectful when you're there. And a lot of times these people are not being respectful, in my opinion. So, right, Shauna says it's always been obvious he was never for the victim missing. He was a car on the ground only. Where's Waldo at best, right? Look, exactly. I mean, and that's the thing. I hate that he's going to most likely hate my PTSD. I hate that he's most likely going to be just fine from this whole situation. And this is kind of, all in vain to read this, but I'm glad that it made the New York Post. I'm glad that people are going to be reading more about what he's doing, and hopefully it puts a stop to a lot of it. But it seems like he just keeps on going with it. Um, so oh really? Lisa says, I think Buster Murdaugh and or his wife tried getting a restraining order against him. Wow. So he was covering, I didn't even know he covered that case either. Wow. That's interesting. It wouldn't be unbelievable, that's for sure. And I do think that a lack of information leads to speculation. It's just normal. Our brains are going to try to fill in the blanks to figure it out, to find more understanding. So I can agree with that statement. Law enforcement officials and victims advocates have warned the practice, can complicate investigations and implicate innocent people and victims, wreaking havoc on their lives. And I believe that's true too. But I also believe that independent investigating can help with, again, understanding. And also, a lot of times, these independent or YouTubers or possibly even TikTokers um, have gone to the scene and helped and found evidence or what have you. So I think that there is a way to do it in which you can be respectful. Again, uh, he simply doesn't care. He said that from his own mouth. I'm not putting words in his mouth. It's here in black and white. Yet, for some top earning live streamers like Riches, it appears notoriety and infamy can actually work in their favor. Crime Scene Collective co-founder Alana Smith told the Post she has been fans of Rich's fly in interstate and show up. Oh, she has witnessed his fans, right, fly in from other states and show up at crime scenes simply for a meet and greet with him. Many of them came bearing gifts, she said. Others simply donate cash to him online. They are obsessed with him, she said. That is creepy AF. I do not want anyone to be obsessed with me. Please do not. I'm perfectly fine without that. All right. So, um I might just have to play my video when YouTube allows for it. But I do want to talk about the Duggars really quick and show you this on Facebook. So give me a second and let me pull it up for us. All right. So they call him 19 Kids and Counting Star. And his name is Joseph Duggar. So give me a second. I did not email this to myself just yet. All right. Because I'll have to pull it up on my Facebook. But this is wild. I didn't ever think that his wife would have anything to do with it, because I don't know if you guys know a lot about the Anna and Josh Duggar situation, but Anna had no idea. Anna is a Pollyanna. She has her head in the sand. Oh, my little Joshy would never do that. She fully supported him for the longest. I don't even know if she still does. I kind of like I was just over it with that. I just think it's gross that she would allow for stuff like that to go on and, condone it, visit him, give him money and for ramen noodles and whatnot. So all right. I have to switch over my email. Sorry. Give me 1 second. All right. Now this is from Abby Blabby. And yes, okay. and she is a YouTube creator, or excuse me, she is a Facebook. I don't know if she's a YouTuber, actually. She might be a YouTuber. I am not sure. It is very possible that she's a YouTuber. All right. Alrighty, can you guys see that? Okay, sorry, it just popped up like really big in my, okay. All right, so Abby Blabby, True Crime and News says Kendra Duggar arrested and Joseph has new charges. What is wrong with these people? Kendra Duggar is now facing criminal charges alongside her husband, Joseph Duggar, after Arkansas authorities announced additional counts in an ongoing investigation. According to a press release issued Friday, March 20th by the Taneytown Police Department, both Joseph Duggar, 31, and Kendra Duggar, 27, have been charged with 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor in the second degree and 4 counts of false imprisonment in the second degree. Husband and wife. All right. Police confirm that their arrest warrants for misdemeanor charges have been issued and and have been served through district court. The department emphasized that the investigation remains active and ongoing, noting that Arkansas law limits what information can be publicly released in cases involving minors in sensitive circumstances. To protect the integrity of the investigation and the privacy of those involved, no further details will be provided at this time, authorities said. Excuse me. The charges stem from an incident first reported on March 18th. Joseph Duggar, and a former star of the reality TV show 19 Kids and Counting, has already been facing 2 additional charges, including lewd and lascivious molestation of a victim under 12 and lewd and lascivious behavior by a person 18 or older. He is accused of molesting a 9-year-old girl while on vacation in Panama City Beach. The latest filings add 4 new counts of each charge against him, while Kendra Duggar has now been newly charged in connection with the case. Officials have not released further details as the investigation continues. And here is his wife. Not so lovely. All right, so she's 27, a white female, blue eyes, blonde hair, 5'3", 130 pounds. Booked in on 3/20/2026, 1,600 hours, almost 1,700 hours. There they are. Who does this? Gross. So, there we have it. There we have it. So, left and right, front, center, everywhere. I mean, I don't understand, Mama, and these people have been blessed with all of these beautiful children. Like, Josh Duggar has like 6. And I'm going to myself, how the hell is this even possible? They're not trying to show a good example unless they're on the TV or trying to vie for a position of power and politically. Oh, but we're church going and we're Christian and da 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 da. Bullshit, you are. I know. Little Miss Sharon says, wow, those mugshots really bring their beauty out. No kidding. It's like, oh, this is who they really are. Okay, we got it. We got it. Oh my gosh, so they were both participating in it. More details to come, I'm sure. But in order to make sure that they uphold the integrity of the investigation and also consider the victims, it seems to me like they're not going to be putting out too much until trial, probably. I know, Cinderella. It's absolutely wretched. Oh, witchy, I know. Dude has a lot of nerve to go on vacation to Florida and do this. He has not seen Grady Judd. He must not know Grady. He basically threw a glove into Judd's face and said, "Prove it." No kidding, witchy. And you know how Sheriff, I mean, I know how he is. You know how he is. Guys, if you don't know Sheriff Grady Judd, he is really something else. I mean, he actually enjoys putting these cretins where they belong. Um, if he could put them in the wood chipper, I'm sure he would. But he's just as well to lock them up and throw away the key. So thank God for that. They really messed up, and then thinking about his wife and then thinking about the charges, it's just terrible. It's like, what do people do nowadays? Because I wouldn't want to be in any type of situation like that at all. Like, I mean, what does that look like? Your husband says, "Oh, we're gonna hurt this little girl together." Like, what is, it's just as bad as Katie Proudfoot and her crap with Nina. Like, you guys, this is what you couple date night. What is this? What the hell? Child endangerment and false imprisonment, right? Detroit. So they had to have like locked her in a room or something, or her. Oh my God. They raided their house, and shortly after she was arrested, they found more things in the house. Oh boy. Oh gosh. I think it's just going to get worse from here on out. I really do. And then you have the family members coming out, well, we don't condone this. It's like, well, bull crap. What is really happening? Because I mean, statistically speaking, how many of you are Chester cheetahs that's all I want to know. I want to know how many other of you like to do this with little kids. Because I'm not okay with it. And then they pretend like they're conservative and they're running for positions of power. It's unbelievable. And then they have people in high positions of power backing them. Oh yeah, they're just the greatest little family. No, or big family, big ass family. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're trash. And Florida has DP for child abuse cases in regard to SA. Good. They deserve it, both of them. Wood chipper, chair, whatever. Injection, however. I don't understand. Kendra wasn't around when the girl was 9. Are there new charges? Oh, he wasn't with. Oh, Cinderella, that's interesting. So I didn't know that. So, I mean, she's quite a bit younger than him too, 27. So maybe it was new charges. Not just what happened there. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, how horrible. Thank gosh, because I was in for a civil contempt. My county didn't post my mugshot. If they did, my ex would have paid for a billboard, I'm sure. Oh no. Well, I mean, nobody's gonna look good in a situation where you're in trouble. I mean, nobody is, but I mean, gosh. It's a big difference from the limelight of, them having photographers come out and take their photo. I wonder that, Witchy, I think that is a very serious question. I think it's a good question because here's the thing, they were very strict, and then they had a lot of like very weird cultish habits. Um, and this is the problem with no one ever talking about these subjects. And then we see that it's all up in the family, and I don't know, because look at the way that Anna was courted by Josh. I mean, they were basically like, this is who you're going to marry, like it or not. Get in the freaking kitchen barefoot, take your shoes off, get pregnant. That's like normal for them. Very culty. So it makes me wonder. And not only that, that he's going for a girl so much younger. Is there some kind of connection there? Um, I just don't get it. I don't. Ugh. She had to have had a lot to do with it, though, if they're charging her. Gail says that whole show was too many children, no supervision by the parents. They just really supervise themselves. That is never a good idea, in my opinion. Yeah, Gail, you're right. So they would have the olders take care of the littles, and she, the mother, she prided herself on that, like, oh, our house works perfectly in order, and we have all these littles um also. So yeah, very, very interesting. um very, I mean, mama, ugh. No, no worries, PTSD. I know it's tough. I mean, I'll tell you, a lot of coping going on with this. Detroit says the grandfather was a pedo and wasn't allowed around the children unsupervised. Jim Bob and Michelle need to be investigated too. In my honest opinion, is sickening. I've never liked those two. And they always seem to allow for the boys to get away with their disgusting and sick thoughts towards even their own sisters, and then they were blaming the girls and stuff. And then they're like, well, we had them lock their doors. You shouldn't have to lock your door from your family member. Yeah, they totally were big time enablers, Detroit, big time. Um, I think something had to have happened there as well, right? Because some of it had to have happened in Arkansas and then when they were on vacation. So I think there's a lot going on, and I think they're still investigating Cinderella because there are pieces to that are not kind of adding up as they should. I agree. Just based on how things are kind of coming out and um transpiring. So, I mean, I thought it was a good show at first. And then I was like, what is up with these people? It's kind of weird. And then as they were getting more popular, um yeah, so it's interesting. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Great. I will check it. More charges were brought against Joseph, and Kendra was also charged and arrested. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's new charges. I did put out another post. Um, it was from 5 hours ago. Let me go ahead and oh. Give me 1 second. Let me just get this pulled up. I don't know if it's going to also play anything about his wife because I don't know how long ago that news broke. Here we go. Let me go ahead and see. Oh God, Amy Duggar is coming out and talking again too. It's like, oh, here we go. She knows. I'm telling you, Amy Duggar needs to be interrogated big time because she knows a lot more than she ever lets on. Except for when something comes out, then she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." It's like, no, you know damn well, Amy, stop it. All right, so here we go.
Tonight, Joseph Duggar from the TV show 19 Kids and Counting is arrested on sexual assault charges involving a teenage girl. The arrest comes after the Bay County, Florida Sheriff's Office issued a warrant for a crime he allegedly committed in 2020. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman in the studio with us now to share what investigators are telling you tonight, Laura.
Okay, so obviously that was 2020. The Florida incident was on vacation in Florida. It happened in Florida, just so you guys know.
Yeah, Darren, investigators in Florida say the investigation started after they got a call from a detective with Taneytown Police about a report of past sexual abuse. The sheriff's office says Duggar admitted to the actions to Taneytown detectives. 31-year-old Joseph Duggar was arrested on charges including unlawful sexual abuse of a minor. The Bay County Sheriff's Office says the alleged incident happened at Panama City Beach. In a Facebook post, the Sheriff's Office says the victim described that she was asked repeatedly to sit on Joseph Duggar's lap during a vacation in 2020. At the time, the victim was 9 years old. Both agencies released a statement explaining the arrest.
Okay, guys, so, obviously he's doing disgusting things, lewd and lascivious acts on a minor, a little girl, 9 years old. What a piece of shit, right? The department is aware of a reported incident that may cause concern. May cause concern? Yeah, I'm majorly concerned within our community. This incident did not occur in Town. Our officers assisted the victim, the family, and the agency with jurisdiction over the case. Okay, so this is where it tells us a little bit more this was released March 18th from law enforcement. So again, this incident did not occur in Town. Our officers assisted the victim, the family, and the agency with jurisdiction over the case. Earlier today, Town officers received a report of a sexual assault. During the investigation, it was determined the incident occurred in Bay County, Florida. Contact was made with the Bay County Sheriff's Office. At approximately 3 p.m., Town officers received a warrant for the Bay County Sheriff's Office for Joseph Duggar, age 31. Officers arrested Duggar based on that warrant. All questions regarding this incident should be directed to the Bay County Sheriff's Office in Panama City, Florida. The Town Police Department wants the community to know that this matter is being handled with the highest level of professionalism and compassion. I would hope so.
Town police shared this on social media, saying in part they received a report of a sexual assault of a minor, soon making contact with the Bay County Sheriff's Office. At 3 p.m., a warrant for Duggar was issued and he was arrested. He now sits in the Washington County where he waits for extradition. Chief Deputy Prosecutor for Washington County, Dennis Dean, explains that process and what happens next.
When somebody's arrested for a crime that happened in the distant past, the first thing that happens is the issuance of an arrest warrant. That's what happened in this case. Bay County, Florida, issued an arrest warrant for John Duggar. That person will be brought in front of a judge tomorrow, and he can waive extradition. In that case, Florida has 30 days to pick him up, or if he contests jurisdiction, then Florida has to obtain what's called a governor's warrant.
Dennis says if Duggar contests the jurisdiction, then Florida would have to obtain a governor's warrant, which he says is a rare and lengthy process, but not off the table. Laura Castleman, 5 News.
All right.
Or he could just, hold himself accountable and be the Christian that he says he is.
Laura, thanks. In any case that involves a child being victimized, getting the child to open up about what happened can be very difficult. We spoke with a staff member at the River Valley Child Advocacy Center in Clarksville about how they handle situations like this.
Each child is different. Some it's not difficult at all. They come in, they're ready to talk. There are times where a child, whether they may be in the system already or have been moved around through homes, or it's just not a stable environment for them, maybe they're reluctant and they think they're going to say the wrong thing, or they hold back.
Diamond Brockett is a forensic interview at the River Valley CAC. She says the role she plays in interviewing a child is very crucial to ensure police have all they need.
You got to be strict on the protocol. You have to think, okay, the investigators do need this. And if I say this, or if I feel like, I want to know that, but I can't really ask it in a way that's not leading, I just have to think, oh, that could be thrown out in court.
Okay, so they have to be extremely careful. They have to be compassionate. There's a lot of working parts when they're gathering this statement, because obviously there's going to be some scumbag defense attorney out there that's going to try to get these perverts off.
Bottom line, she says the child simply must come first.
I'm there for them, nothing else, not the investigators, nothing else. So the process goes, the child first protocol starts with just introducing the child to the room, the age appropriate instructions, building rapport. That is so important because, like I said, each child is different and they may come in there scared and nervous. And
well, they have to trust who they're talking to, right? Trust is a big thing. That's hard to earn, especially after you've gone through such a terrible situation. Yeah, really, all that is unseen, define distant past for me. I know that bothered me as well. That bothered me as well when I saw that or heard that. I'm like, oh, okay. So again, it sucks because the police can do everything they can do within their power. Everything can be working, and then of course there's still the trial. There's still um, convicting these criminals.
And visibly just not okay.
Our thanks to Diamond tonight for that. We'll continue to keep you updated with any new information from the case right here on air and also on our website at 5newsonline.com. Meanwhile, Prairie Grove's fire chief.
Okay, so that's a double story, I guess. So at that time, I suppose they did not know about the wife who was also picked up as well. If there's anything out there, let me just look really quick. I don't want to play Amy Duggar or any of the Duggar family. Oh, here we go. This is 1 hour breaking news. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just back that thing up and add this to the stage. And this will probably be the last bit we'll talk about, and then we'll switch over to the other live for Sebastian Rogers. I do have a great show planned for that. Just didn't want Sebastian to get intermingled into these nasties.
And we'll start with this breaking news. The wife of 19 Joseph Duggar was booked into the Washington County Jail today. Kendra Duggar spent just over an hour in the jail before she was released on bond. This comes on the same day her husband was charged in court. We've been following the story for you this afternoon and evening.
We sure have. 4029's LaKyra Banks is here now with the late breaking developments. LaKyra.
Well, Chip, Allison, just earlier today, new charges were filed against Joseph Duggar from Elm Springs District Court. We now know that Kendra Duggar is facing the same charges.
Okay, guys, so she is facing the same charges, but they also let her go. Oh, I know, Lisa. So much for that blanket training. Yeah, Witchy, thank you. A lot of their techniques and parenting styles were off, but nobody could have, really imagined that it would lead to this. I just wonder what really went on in that house. It's just awful. Awful, awful.
Online jail records from the Washington County Sheriff's Office show new charges against Joseph Duggar in Elm Springs District Court, which also handles cases for Taneytown.
Okay, so this is now new charges from Arkansas.
Those charges are listed as 4 counts of false imprisonment in the second degree and 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a minor in the second degree.
Okay, and that's also what Kendra, his wife, was charged with as well.
Tonight, Joseph's wife, Kendra Duggar, was booked into the Washington County Jail on the same charges.
I mean, does she look smug to you? I mean, like, they both look smug. Like, oh my God, they make me sick.
She was released over an hour later on a more than $1,400 bond.
Ooh, wow, that's a big bond. No, it's not. She shouldn't be released. She should be sitting her ass in prison. She imprisoned, what was it, 4 counts of imprisonment? Yeah, she doesn't deserve to be out. This is what's sick.
Now, this comes after Joseph Duggar appeared virtually in a Washington County courtroom Friday morning on charges related to a case in Florida. Authorities there say he's accused of child molestation in Panama City.
What is he smirking for? What is that smirk? I don't think anything's funny about what you did, sir. What's the fucking smirk
accused
for?
Of child molestation.
Look at him. What a nasty. And what is with all of these men and their little baby curl in the front? God, that makes me want to vomit.
In Panama City, Duggar waived extradition to Florida, and deputies there have 30 days to travel to Arkansas to pick him up. He was arrested in Taneytown earlier this week related to the Florida case. And we have reached out to the District Court for Elm Springs and Taneytown Police to learn more about the details that led up to their arrest. So far, we have not heard back.
You're not going to, because they're not going to tell us, because they're going to say they're trying to do the active investigation and, that they're trying to protect the victims. But really, I think everybody needs to know. And I don't know why they let either one of these little shits out. Even one of them, you know? Sam, the baby girl. What's up with the baby girl? Hey, Sam. It's like, what the hell is going on? I mean, it's every single one of them that has that thing going for them, you know? So, hey, Sammy. Hey, I'm so sorry. I know I did both of the lives. We're gonna switch over. I just didn't want to do, you know, Sebastian with this stuff here because it was like, but there's so much that I wanted to share with you guys. We have a new Pollyanna in town for the Sebastian Rogers case that I didn't even know existed. This is 5D who is bringing us the goods, you know? What the hell with this BS? Cinderella, I'm telling you. My goodness, guys. So yeah, I am just going to switch over to the other live really quick if you guys all want to just head over there unless you guys have, you know, another stream to watch, but I would love to have you guys come on over and we'll go over um the details on a new interview with Sheriff Eric Craddock that I thought maybe you guys would like to see. And thank you, Witchy Mama. I'm really interested in talking more about the Duggar case because I wasn't a YouTuber when he was when Josh was in trouble. So now that there's more coming out, yes, Sammy, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just didn't want to put, you know, Sebastian with this because I'm like, oh, you know, I don't know. I just wouldn't want. So yeah, he just deserves better. And oh gosh, wait until you guys see Mr. Snuggle Struggles, and his new Pollyanna that's working hard to make him look really good when he should look really really bad. Um, yeah, you know what? That's true. Josh has like a major receding hairline. It's weird. It's like they're physically turning into a Chester cheetah. Like it's it is so weird. It is so weird. So we're just gonna go over to the next live. My PTSD. I entitled it. When did I make that one? I did it really quick, one backed after another. Um, so oh, and I'm gonna drop. Of course. Oh my gosh, YouTube. YouTube just kills me. All right, so the newest video is public. So let me show you guys this really quick before we head over. I'm sorry. I'm like a nut because I have all of this going on. So give me a second. And I'm going to show you guys this really quick. Just in case somebody doesn't believe what was going on and they want to wait for the court or they want to hear both sides of the picture or they're still thirsty for JLR. I got to show you guys this. This is funny. And it's disgusting, admittedly. So, but this is kind of a compilation video of today's events for JLR. And for some of the naysayers, because I think that's part of the problem is that we have so many naysayers, and just because we like somebody doesn't mean that they can do no wrong, right? I mean, everybody's a person. Nobody's perfect. So we're going to, all right, here we go. So we'll add that to the stage. While JLR was in the shower, Magnolia went through his phone and found porn on, as noted in the multiple filings, and allegedly found him searching for sites for a big D or a big eggplant. When he was confronted about it, he allegedly assaulted her, as noted in the probable cause. So here we go.
Hi, Jonathan Lee Riches. This message is for dictator Adolf and James Holmes. I love you guys. I love you guys to death, and this is what I want to do to you guys. Use your imagination.
Okay, guys, so this is the paperwork redacted, all of the proof. So here's your proof. If you don't, believe me or, anything that you've seen in the last couple days. 5 officers. Is 5 officers good enough? Here's all of them that were listed. And in the incident report, I've shared all of this information yesterday. So this is just a quick view of it because I didn't show it because I thought, I'm just going to read it off. But then today, I know, Bo, isn't that disgusting? And YouTube held me back from showing it. I'm like, it's not my fault. But this is his charges right here. He's got first charge, assault in the second degree, DV, harassment, threats to kill DV, and also interfering with the reporting of a domestic violence assault, right? And so there's the charges right there. Now, these are all court records. You can go look up the case number, all of that good jazz. But I wanted to put out a couple of videos of our little friend here. This is for the ex parte. This was filed February 17th, 2026 in her appropriate jurisdiction. And this is him being served on Tuesday. An Arkansas judge granted Magnolia a 3-year no-contact protection order against JLR, her ex, following serious allegations that surfaced during the Travis Decker case in Washington State. So this all transpired in Washington State when they were covering the Travis Decker story or case. Hello, Sharon Marlowe. All right, so beginning in January of 2023 and continuing through December 25th, 2025, I was involved in an intimate domestic relationship with the respondent, Jonathan Lee Riches. During the course of the relationship, the respondent engaged in persistent and escalating pattern of domestic abuse, coercive control, intimidation, financial exploitation, and physical violence toward me. On 12/25/25, Christmas, the respondent violently assaulted me, and if I called 911, the 12/25/25 felony assault, respondent has continued to abuse me for fear and threats of intimidation, ongoing financial abuse, theft of all our joint funds in an act of retaliation. Respondent fled the crime scene, fled the jurisdiction, and remains a flight risk. I agree with that because he's been a flight risk in the past and just ran away from other little things as well. And remains a flight risk. And he has continued to contact me. I'm in fear of immediate harm and death. All right. So this is something to take very, very seriously. But look, it's all signed, sealed, delivered. We need to start sticking up for, standing with, believing our victims. Now, really quick, this is going to be the dispatch audio, and I want to play this for you as well. It's all documented.
Whoever comes from County West Patrol to 11 with a domestic report, call 27, also. 29, she has injury to her nose. We're also going to be sending aid. 29-924.
I'll be in there, yeah.
829-930. 5, your status.
45.
45, remember from K5, your status.
K5.
K5-932. K29.
Are you still on the phone with the RP?
No.
verify the number in the call is ERP's phone number?
No, it's her boyfriend's. He left it behind, but I did verify what the number was.
Receive. We're not getting any answer at the building nor answer on the phone.
Received. I will triple check and try and call back. Come K29.
29.
K29 tried to call back that number again for me. There was no answer. But I verified that is the number that it called from, and that's what was plotting on the 911 map as well.
Received. Thank you. We're trying all the different rooms at this point.
939.
341 extra office.
That's right.
West 2102 Charles George 4887.
K29.
Charles Tom Adams 6791.
K29 956. Overcome K29 Charles Tom Adams 6791 2025 Jeep Compass 7 2026 to Hertz vehicle that is E2.
All right, guys, does it look like she made the whole thing up? Because there was a medical team that assisted, and I believe they arrived at the same time the police did. And so I think that they took Magnolia in and they repositioned her nose. And you can see that she is absolutely bruised up here. So I do not think she made the whole thing up. No. And I think this proves it. There's your proof for anyone who needs to see it. And Nerdy Addict writes, if you could just express that she, Magnolia, is doing okay. Trauma is real, though. What she has gone through has been extremely terrifying. She lived for several years under coercive control. That's a real thing, too. It was crazy. I mean, he, JLR, wouldn't even allow her to have flavored coffee because he didn't like it. One of the first things she did when she got settled back here was buy flavored coffee. Imagine that. This is what we were talking about last night. This right here. He wouldn't even let her have the things that she liked because he didn't like them. Unbelievable, right? Hey, Susie, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Unbelievable. Right? Yeah, the medical staff was there. So I don't want people to come in and say, well, her nose looks like it's just fine. No, don't come at me with that crap, please, because I'm here to tell you. She sought out medical attention as quickly as possible. And you can see that she was very bruised up. But again, when people say, why didn't they just leave? He wouldn't even let her drink her favorite coffee. Unbelievable. So sad. Hey, Coffee Crime and Cats, good to see you. Unbelievable. More of this, and return Magnolia's phone back to her that you fled with and never returned, right? That's another from Nerdy Addict.
Hello, sir.
What's going on, JLR?
Hey, saw you waiting. See, you got the Dolphins.
Miami all the way. You recognize me?
Davey V. Kinda. Where do we meet? We meet?
We haven't met. You a clown. You a fucking duck, Nick. Pussy. You're a fucking clown, bro. You a fucking clown.
Anything else?
You're a clown. Why you cut me off, though? Why you cut me off? You a bitch. You a clown.
Don't give me, don't give me, don't give me, don't give me, don't give me.
And my message to JLR is don't use women as a front. It's okay to be gay, JLR. Just because she found out who you really are doesn't give you a right to rearrange her face. You piece of shit.
Don't give me this. Don't give me lip. That's what you get.
All right. So there's that nasty stuff right there. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys that since it took forever for YouTube too. Let that go. Yeah, they just released that today. Oh, sorry. They just released that today, Bo. Kiki. That's how I handle it, right? Because I'm so livid. It makes me so sick. My heart broke seeing that picture today. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking, but people need to see it because otherwise they don't believe it till they see it. So there you go. There you go. All right, guys. So we are going to hop over to the next live. I'm so sorry. I underestimated the time it would take for me to read all of that or for YouTube to approve my video. So again, I appreciate you guys being here. Please make sure that if you are going through domestic violence, you reach out 1-800-799-7233, or you can text the word begin to 88788. You can live chat with someone about a plan. Enough is enough. Get out. You are worth it, love. You are worth it. And anytime he tries to break you down or she tries to break you down, they're lying. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next live. We're just going to roll right over. So come on over and join the conversation.